Hey, what's going on? This mobility routine is called the morning energizer. Now, of course, you can do this routine anytime throughout the day. However, if you're waking up and feeling stiff and want to get ready for the day, I recommend doing this about 5 minutes after you wake up. The first movement we're going to be starting with is cat-cow position. You'll be here for about 45 position. You want to find yourself down to your knees, whether you need to assist yourself or go ahead and come on down. You go into hands and knees position, okay, and you want to start with a flat back. From here, you're going to go ahead and stick your butt up towards the air and you're arching your back. All right, so we'll hold this, right? Really wake up the lumbar part of your spine, and then we'll flex your spine into cat position. Now, as you do this, we're going to work on some breathing. So you'll do a big inhale as you go into cow position, and then you'll exhale once you go into cat position. Inhale, cow, exhale, cat. Keep following along, keep breathing, try to go at your own pace. Last one. The next movement will be going into a butterfly position. First, to stretch out the inner thigh and the groin. So your feet may need to be out here. You may be able to bring them all the way in. Either is fine. All right, so you want to take about 10 seconds and just we want to be able to relax into this position. All right, you don't want to feel a deep, intense stretch because we're going to add something else to it. So if you need to take your feet further apart, that's totally fine. You want to be able to relax in this position. Here is actually a little bit too tight for me. I'm going to bring my legs a little bit out. And then from here, I'm going to put one hand down and I'm taking my other hand and I'm trying to stretch all the way as far as I can. Watch, my arm is going over my head, right? I'm not out in front. I'm over my head and I'm stretching those fingertips as far as I can. 3, 2, 1. And then you'll take that other hand to the other side for support. I'm taking my hand up and over and stretching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's try that other side again. Hand down for support, arm up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you're doing this, you don't need to be bent forward. Notice I'm actually leaning back a little bit. Take it to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll go one more each side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last round of this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is called a seated side bend. For the next movement, you'll be going down to one leg. If you need to hold on for support, that's totally fine. You're gonna go down to one leg. All right, notice here, I'm gonna shift my weight forward, hands on my leg for support, shifting my weight back. Shift forward, 1, 2, 3, shift my weight back. We're stretching this inner thigh, this hip flexor. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Do one more. 3, 2, 1. We'll switch. So if you have bad knees, you might want to put a pillow underneath your knee or some sort of pad. That's totally fine. You want to make sure this leg is comfortable, and having some sort of support next to you might also help take some pressure off your knee. So again, hands on my leg here for support. Going forward, 1, 2, 3. You can see that back foot is down. 1, 2, 3. I was feeling a lot more stretch on the other side as I do this. Now as I'm doing this left side, it seems to be a little bit more flexible, and that's fine. You can go into a deeper range of motion if you notice that one side is a little bit more mobile. So as I stretch deeper and deeper, rather than feeling into my hip flexor, feeling a little bit more in my groin on this side, that's totally fine. Both sides do not need to feel identical. All right, so we'll go back to that first side we started on. Hands here for support. 1, 2, 3. You don't want to stay in that stretch too long. This is a deep stretch that you're getting in your inner thigh, your groin, hip flexor. We're kind of pulsing in and out. You want to be gentle with your body here. All right, we'll do one more on this side. And then switch back. This is our last round. This is called a runner stretch or a hip flexor stretch. 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of movements, whether it be in yoga or other mobility training, where you start in this position and you either go on to other movements or you add to the stretch here. So this is a good exercise to build up your base. Good. For this next movement, some flow will be incorporated. So make sure you try to stay at my pace. I'll go as slow as I can. We're coming down, all the way down to your stomach to start. So you're gonna come all the way down, okay? Make sure those hands are underneath your shoulders. You don't want them out here. You don't want them too far back. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. From here, you can start at your knees. If you can go and get yourself up into a push-up position, and then you're going into downward facing dog position. We're gonna hold this for 3, 2, 1. You'll sit out. We'll go into a forward fold. 1, 2, 3. This is where it gets tricky, okay? I'm trying to switch exactly what I just did. So I'm putting that one foot down and kicking the other leg back, straight into downward dog position. 1, 2, 3. Kicking that other leg forward, sitting down, into that forward fold. 1, 2, 3. So watch this, foot goes down. I switch my hands. I'm kicking that leg back, and I'm going into that downward dog position. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm gonna switch sides just so you can see it from both angles. Okay, so you can start on your stomach, your push-up position, into downward dog position. I'm kicking that leg through. I'm sitting down into the forward fold. 1, 2, 3. That foot comes back, hands twist. I'm kicking that leg back through and back up to downward dog position. So one leg through, sit down, both legs together, forward fold, 1, 2, 3. This leg comes up, switch my hands, kick it back. 1, 2, 3. Now, if that was a little bit advanced for you, switching between both positions, I encourage you to pause the video and work on just your forward fold and your downward dog separately and do those movements. If you are able to practice those transitions, we're gonna go into the flow part of this mobility session. So you're going into your downward dog position first, downward dog, kick out, stretch, kick it back in. See, even I messed up. Great job. So if you are able to incorporate the flow, it's a good idea to start chaining these movements together. Mobility is not about static stretching. It's about getting our body to feel good and to move better. And so it's a great idea to incorporate multiple movements and flow between both. In real life, we're combining multiple movements and multiple ranges of motion into one activity. So we want to practice that and practice it safely. This next movement is called a plank walkout. First will be the more advanced version, followed by the simplified version. Take those hands down to the ground. You'll walk them out into plank position, hips all the way to the ground, back up. Walk those hands back, and that's 1 rep. We're gonna do 5 reps. 5. Now that your body is nice and loosened up, we're gonna finish with a relaxing back bend. I'm gonna take those hands and turn them upside down. You'll place them on your lower back, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You're thrusting your hips forward. And at first, I just want you to think about bringing those eyes up and trying to look back behind you. This is gonna be the easiest way to get into position. If you just try to thrust your hips forward and you're keeping your head here, You're gonna put a lot of tension here on the lower back. Hands are here for support. All I'm focusing on is getting my eyes as far behind me as possible, okay? Now, as you loosen up, this will become a lot more comfortable and it'll feel a lot better. It's great for a front stretch as well as strengthening that lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to come back slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one here. We're gonna go for a big stretch. Really dig those hands deep and go back, back, back. You can bend the knees if you've got enough balance. Good job. Great job. You just completed the 5-minute morning Energizer routine. You should be feeling a lot more mobile. You should be feeling a lot looser and ready to take on the day. If you enjoyed this routine, make sure to like this video, comment, and subscribe.